Hi guys, how are you doing? We are in a new year and I wanted to show you how I plan for my year. I know I've been missing in action on YouTube, but I'm back and I'm looking forward to uploading at least one video every week, if not two. Anyway, as we start the year, I wanted to start this on a fresh note, on a clean slate, and we talk about how I plan for my year. Over time, I've noticed that there's so much information on how to plan for your year. Some people talk about resolutions, others talk about vision boards, others talk about affirmations, notebooks, bullet journaling, planners. Like there's so much information and so much activity to do to just do something simple as planning. For me, I love simplicity. I love to make this process as simple as possible. I don't want to bombard myself. I don't want to have 600 notebooks or 600 tools that I'm using to just plan a year. I just want something simple, something accessible, and something that I can see every day. For me, I don't want to write on bulky notebooks. I want something like easily accessible on my phone, on my computer. So wherever I travel in the world, I have my goals in mind. So I'm going to show you the system that I use to plan for my year. So when I'm getting started with the year, I obviously have my yearly goals. Before I even decide my yearly goals, I will go to like my previous year, just try to detail how that year went. Like how was my year last year? So my year last year was not the best. There's a lot of stuff that happened out of my control, but the stuff that I could control, I'm happy that I made it work. I was able to make some achievements at work, my own hustles. I was able to do that. So I have to have detailed that to be able to see how did I perform. And also, you know, this saying that says what doesn't get measured doesn't get managed. So I'm one of those people who loves to measure. When it comes to how successful was the previous year, I want to put it in terms of figures, not just say that I achieved stuff, but I want to write, I achieved this much in revenue, I achieved this much in ABCD. So those are the things you need to first write down in your notebook. Then when you're coming to your new year, I like to take a fresh notebook like this and do what I call like a brain dump. Basically just trying to think, what would my ideal year look like realistically? What would my ideal year look like? So I just write like sentences. For me, for example, my ideal year would be finishing stuff that I've left for long. For example, I have so many online courses I've done. I have so many physical courses I've done, but most of them I abandoned them. So my ideal year would be like finishing course X or finishing course Y. Number two would be like finances. Maybe last year I wasn't saving as much as I want to do. Maybe last year I was really wasting time, wasting money, not even prioritizing money. I had a bad money mindset. All those things, I'm going to detail them. And when I'm detailing this, I try to also include figures and also include like measurable things. So for example, if it's a course, I want to finish it by March, or finish 50% of this course, or finish level 2 of this course by April, all that. So I just include all those things. When it comes to diet, maybe I never meal planned, maybe I wasn't eating well, so I just write those things down as well, and maybe say follow a diet every week, have a meal plan every week, meal plan or meal prep on Thursdays, Sundays. So those are some of like the goals I have. And I'm gonna write them down here and just brain dump and just be very honest with myself. In this one, I'm not dreaming. I'm just looking at things that are realistic for me. If let's say I had X amount of revenue, I want to include update that by 20%, or I want to add a new source of income or a new like type of income. So here I'm not categorizing anything. Sometimes even this exercise may take like 30 minutes. I just write things on the notebook, and then now we go to the next step. The next step is just cutting things down into months. So I don't have time to create goals for January, February up to December. Honestly, that would be exhausting for me. And maybe I'd get to November and realize that I need to change my strategy. And I've also noticed that goals of January, the goals of November are dependent on what I've done in this other month. So I'm very careful on that. Instead, I like to set my year according to quarters. Quarter one goals will be very strict and they will be very well set. So quarter one goals are set on stone. Quarter two goals as well, but 3 and 4 are a bit flexible, and I'll be able to do like a half year review. So for quarter one goals, so that's one thing that the third step is know that you're going to set things in quarters. I also like to set my year on Notion. I'll do a different tutorial on Notion, but before I put things on my Notion, I first do them on my notebook first. So we have Q1, we have Q2, Q3, Q4, and then now the goals that I had written, like many goals, I can now bring them here. And then also when I'm planning, I also do a further categorization of the goals. So I have like my work goals, so that's one category that is very important to me. I have self goals or personal goals are goals that have to do with myself, personal development, health, eating healthy and all that. So it's self plus health. Sometimes I do the self plus health or that. And then the other one is so I have work, I have self plus health, and then I have my money goals or my finance goals. So sometimes you can do it as money or finance, whatever you want. I have money goals. Money is a big part of my life. I have accepted, and I really want a lot of money in my life. So that's another thing. The other one is just people and fun. So people and fun is more of my family. How many times do I want to cultivate relationships? How many times am I doing experiences that are making me happy? So those are just weird categories that you can use. There's so many other categories. There's also categories on hobbies. Hobbies, sometimes I just put them in self and health. The other one I also just put them people and fun. I put my experiences and stuff like that. So that's how maybe I would categorize my goals. Obviously, you can use your own categorization. Some people use finances, fun, family, friends, and different sorts of things. But that's how I'm categorizing mine at the moment. Maybe there's a goal I've missed, but I'll come back to that. So when I'm setting my Q1 goals, this will be as a heading. Work will be a heading, and then I can include other tiny goals under work. And then self and health will be a heading. I can include other goals under work. Now, here's the thing. When you're setting those goals, you have to make sure they are SMART goals. We all know about specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. So, for example, let's say self and health. I want to be able to learn how to bike. I want to buy a bike and be able to learn how to bike by March 2022. That is a specific goal. That is a measurable goal. And that's an attainable goal, that's a realistic goal, and that's a time-bound goal. So that's how you set your goals. So I'm going to do that exercise. Detailing that can take like an hour or so because these are so many goals. And then you go to you go to money, like how much money do you want to save and by what time? How much debt do you want to pay and by what time? How many sources of income do you want? What is your revenue that you want? What do you want your business to generate? How many things do you want to sell? There's so many things that can be included in that money goal. Then you go to people and fun. That's just what I do for me. Like, how many times do I want to visit my parents? Also for friendships, how many times do I want to cultivate friendships? Do I want to make new friends? And what am I doing to do that? How am I expanding my networks? Am I attending more events? Am I doing more activities? Am I joining communities? Am I building myself in that way? So those are just things that I can include. Fun is about experiences. Sometimes I'll put experiences in self and health. Self is very big for me this year because last year I really let myself go. So I'm really trying this year to be more do self-love activities, pour more into myself, do my skincare, do my hair, do my nails, all those things that we love to do and sometimes we ignore, but they really make a big difference. This year, I am not skipping on that. I'll also ensure that I'm creating spa dates with myself. I met a lady the other day who really encouraged me and told me that she sets spa dates with herself and they have really completely changed the way she views life because she's more relaxed. And that's something I want to incorporate in my year. So guys, that's how I set my year. And also I do use a tool called Notion. I will insert something small on how my Notion looks like. On Notion, you will see that I have my yearly goals, I have my quarter goals, and then I have now my weekly goals. So weekly, I don't have weekly goals per se or month. Okay, I do have monthly goals, but they are more like reflecting on the quarterly goals. So when I'm setting my monthly goals, I just look at what my quarterly goals are, and I know if, let's say, in a month I want 150 buyers, I'll just make sure this month I know it's 50 because it's 3 months. So I'll make sure that January it's 50, February it's 50, March it's 50. So I don't have to really now write down my monthly goals again if I already have my quarter goals. What I do now are just to-do lists or checklists, for example, pay for staff, pay for this, apply for this, pay this person. So I just try and put those small to-do lists and checklists. And then I also have now my monthly checklist, and then I have my weekly checklist. Because when it comes to goals, you have to take care of the days will take care of the weeks will take care of the month, and the month will take care of the quarter goals, and the quarter will take care of the year. You have to start with the small day, the small week, the month, and all that will take care. So for me, my sacred thing to do every Sunday is to do a weekly checklist or a weekly plan. I do have a weekly prompt. In fact, let me insert like small TikTok that I did that will show you how I operate on Notion. Hi guys, I want to show you an amazing app that I love. It's called Notion, but I'm using it on my laptop, so I have different boards and what I like to call systems. And then I have my weekly plan review. So it's an easy way to plan for your year. So you can have for this year goals, that is your 2022. You can have this quarter goals, this month goals, weekly questions. So I do have like a prompt of weekly questions that I do. And then you can have a calendar whereby each calendar, say for example it's on Monday, you can be able to add an item. So you can be able to add, like, for example, a to-do list, and then you can be able to create your to-do list for the day. I love the way it's so calendar based. So for example, today's plan is take out the trash, and then kill it at work. So for example, you can continue adding more. So the more, like in the evening, you can be able to tick and see how you have done. So for example, if this is like my December 27th to-do list, I really love this app. You can have to-do list, you can have a Sunday log. For example, I do this thing which I call a Sunday log, which I share everything, have like weekly questions, like write a paragraph to analyze how your previous week went, what did you get done. So I have all these prompts that I like to do for every Sunday. So I've included a Sunday prompt, and then you have like inspiration and stuff. So I really love this. And you can create different lists for your life. So freelance pitches, you can create anything, your meal plans, your life, finances, everything you can save on Notion. So let me know if you want me to start doing Notion tutorials. Yeah, so with that TikTok, you see how I plan my year and how I plan my weeks. My weeks are very sacred to me. My weeks are very important to me. And every Sunday, I make sure I do that weekly plan. And then during the day, I'm now just checking the to-do list. Let me tell you, if you do this system, your year will be amazing. I wouldn't say that I've done this to the letter. There are months, obviously, I have stuff going on in life. But trust me, if you do this, your months will just be legendary. That's a lot of information, but that's how I'll just be planning for my year. I'm looking forward to see if you have any questions. I want to know, which system do you use to plan for your year? Do you actually plan for your year, and which platforms work best for you?